welcome to Therapy with T. I'm really excited to do this reading today. I wanted to do a pick a card with the question of what does your heart need to hear today? So we'll just get some guidance from your spirit team. My spirit team will do lunch with your spirit team is always how I said it. So if you're watching this, if you can just give consent to your guides, angels, universe, God, whatever you call it, to help communicate so that this message can come through to you and for the best intention of all, for the greater good of all. All right, so I have 3 different decks today with 3 different 3 of Swords cards, which is the card of loss and heartbreak. And I just thought it would be a good card to choose from to talk about what does your heart need to hear today. So this first card, the 3 of Swords, is from the Greer deck. So this would be the deck that I would be using, one of the decks that I'd be using because I like to use more than one. And then you have this as a choice. This is a 3 of Swords from the, oh, and I'm going to say this wrong. I just got this, the Meraki Tarot. It's a Greek word, I believe. This is a beautiful deck. I haven't used it before, so I'm pretty excited. And then you have the 3 of Swords from the Tarot Mucha, which is this deck. It doesn't really have, there we go, artwork by those names. I do not want to say their names incorrectly. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick cleansing of everything with some Palo Santo and just kind of focus in on what messages you all need to receive. So pick the pile that's calling to you that you really like. You can also sometimes, like, I'll tell people, like, pick the pile or the card that you have the most response to. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you love it or that you even like it or that it's pleasing, just that it gives you some type of a response, some like feeling or I can't remember the word. Wow, starts with a V. Visceral. Oh, I love it. I love when I don't remember words. Anyway, so I'll give you a moment to kind of look at these. These are just clear quartz that I had on the decks just for balance. Put those up here. And so go ahead and choose from these 3. I'll give you a moment. All right, so there'll be timestamps in the description. I'm also still trying to figure out how to make the actual chapter cuts in the YouTube video. So if you're watching on your TV, you can easily find your pile. Sometimes all 3 piles have a message for you, so it can be fun to listen to all of them. So you can pick one that you feel really called to. You can listen to them all. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't take that information in, right? If it's not for you, it's not for you. Maybe another pile is for you or another reading on a different day. Again, this is just to offer some, communication clarity, some hope. And if it doesn't resonate for you, that is okay. I'm just one person doing a tarot reading. So, all right, well, go ahead and I'll see you at your readings. All right, so let's start with pile 1. I'm going to put the other 2 decks right on the side. I don't know if you can see it. So this is pile 1 using the Greer deck. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, cards are wanting to jump out already. King of Swords. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these while we put intention out there. So my intention is to get guidance from your spirit team on what does your heart, pile 1's heart, need to hear today? What does pile 1's heart really need to hear today? What messages are there for pile 1? So this is another deck that I've had for over a decade. I'm trying to remember. I think I'm not going to age myself, but I was pretty young when I got this deck. So I got my first deck when I was 8, and that's my Rider-Waite, which I'll probably use in this reading as well. And then I got this one in my 20s, early 20s. So Morgan Greer Tarot, if you're interested. I'm gonna take these because I felt them. I guess we'll leave those too. All right. What guidance do you have for what pile 1 needs to hear right now? All right, so let's do, you have the Chariot. Sorry, 7 of Swords, the Chariot. I forgot that I was doing this for other people for a second. You have to talk. Knight of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. And then you've got Knight of Cups. And the 8 of Cups. All right. So just from here, let me get a vibe on this. All right, 7 of Swords can be a card of deceit, of someone stealing and being deceptive and lying. But I've also heard someone describe the 7 of Swords as the card of knowing what you no longer need and taking only what you do. So leaving what you no longer need and taking what you do need. And then we have the Chariot, which oftentimes is like a, you know, quick moving action or change is happening. I'm going to read from, where is my book? I'm going to use this really quick. I just want to read from, so every deck has different interpretations of the same card. So it'll be a lifelong journey to learn all interpretations of every single card. So sometimes I like to read the interpretation from a different deck for that card. So I know what, with Rider-Waite and Morgan Greer, but I'm curious, like with my Muse Tarot, so I'm actually just using another book to see what extra they have in this. Because again, the Chariot is usually like movement and action and travel. It can also be about confidence and believing in yourself. Yeah, and sometimes like maneuvering in different directions, not knowing like which way, but wanting to just keep moving forward. So we've got the 7 of Swords and the Chariot. So I am going to pull from my from my Muse deck for clarification cards. So I can kind of get what that's. I have some confirmation about how to read the 7 of Swords with the Chariot in this. There's just so many different ways. I'm not getting a strong hit yet, so I want to. 8 of Swords, the stuck card. Okay. So what I'm getting from that right now is that some of you are possibly feeling really stuck in moving forward. And so since this is about what your heart needs to hear today, this could be in reference to anything. We'll pick some more cards in a little bit to kind of give some more specifics. But what this feeling is like feeling very stuck and not being able to really see your way through it, wanting to make some movement and some forward action and not necessarily knowing how to do that. And whether some of you feel like either someone's lying to you, you feel like someone's lying to you, they're not being honest, they're being deceitful. And I'm actually kind of getting the vibe, and we'll see how the rest of it unfolds, that it's possible that you want someone to know how they feel about you, or you're in a situation, whether it be a relationship or some type of role or job where you're feeling very stuck, wanting to move forward, and you feel like someone or something is being dishonest with you, or something is maybe not valuing you or respecting you, but it definitely feels like. Sorry about that. There was an Amber Alert and I used my phone. Just make sure this looks good. There we go. So yeah, so I'm picking up that some of the issue right now is that there's feeling of being stuck and maybe just blinded, or yeah, like somebody was being deceitful to you. You were trying to move forward with something and it kind of took you by surprise. So then we have the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So Two of Pentacles is often a decision-making situation. Like, what should I do? I have these options. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of trying to, weigh up all my options, do pros and cons, figure out what I want to do. Knight of Swords is actually one of the fastest moving cards in the deck, and it's usually about moving through something in a quick way, but it's the sword, so it's going to be about reflecting on the past, healing from it, using reflection, truth, thoughts, mentality, logic, intellect, reflection, preparing for the future. So Knight of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so maybe the guidance here, and maybe you've been questioning whether you should be staying in this situation. That there's some type of quick truth that's coming forward to you. I just noticed this that I don't think I've ever really noticed before. It's almost like there's the Tower in the background of this Knight of Swords card. And the Tower is about change, like a very fast, intense change happening. Whether you choose to have that happen or change is happening and you got to go with it. So that's really interesting. It's kind of giving me the vibe that like someone is being pushed to make a choice, which is super challenging. So maybe someone is pushing you to make a choice. You're feeling like they want you to quickly come up with the answer to this, and you don't know the answer. And but it's like the pressure to make a decision. Can I get a clarifying card for that? What's some more guidance you can give me? Oh, thank you. Awakening 20. Judgment. Sorry. This is the Muse deck. This is the Judgment card. So Judgment often can be about calling and higher purpose. It feels like what I'm reading from this is that you kind of know what you need to do from your heart level, and you're feeling a lot of pressure to make a decision. A swift decision, and you don't necessarily have all the details. You might feel like there's been a lot of deceit and misguidance, and just not all the right information for you to feel like you could successfully even make a choice right now. So I'm getting either you need someone to make a choice so that you can move forward and you feel like you're being lied to, or someone's pushing you to make a choice and you don't feel like you have all the facts. You're not ready to make a choice. Okay, so let's move on to the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Cups. So a Knight of Cups, again with movement, the Knights are about movement through. So it's like younger, 20s, 30s, if you're thinking of a person, but like that kind of energy where you're in that part of your life where you're still learning and you're moving forward and you're building on what you already have. Cups being, the cup of evolve emotionally. Cups are evolving emotionally, learning to let go. Even if you love something, learning to let go of what no longer serves you. Knowing that sometimes if you let go of something, what is coming for you next is even better, which is very interesting because the Eight of Cups is all about, yes, you have all these things and maybe you love these things, but you either are daring to want more or feeling like you deserve more, or walking away from something that is no longer good for you. So I'm seeing that like the blessing here is that there's going to be some evolving emotionally from this situation, whatever this situation is that you're in, where your heart is feeling this sort of deceit and stuckness and not knowing what choice to make, but also feeling like you do know what choice to make. This is telling me that like sometimes walking away from what we have, even though we might feel like we love it, or we want it feel good, or we want to keep it, or whatever it is, that having the faith and the courage to walk away from that will bring you something even better than what you had. And this is not necessarily saying like, oh, you walk away from one car and you'll get a nicer car. That's not the point that wanted to come out. Queen of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is this about, I need some more confirmation. Can I have some more guidance on this specific so that I know that I'm understanding correctly? Thank you. The Empress. All right. Yeah, so what I'm picking up here is that walking away from what is currently in your life, knowing that you could have like a real partnership with someone else, and this does not have to be romantically, but you have Queen of Cups and you have Knight of Cups and you have Empress. So it could be that this situation is still figuring it out and learning. It's still too young. It's not quite the maturity that you want. So this in career could be like, it's not really like utilizing the skills that you would like to use. In like relationship, it could be that it's triggering you and it's not bringing out the side of you that you're really trying to work on, which it's not a bad thing to be triggered if you're working through it, but this can, with the Eight of Cups, it's really giving me a vibe of like, if you walk away from whatever this is, what is to come is going to be more nourishing for you, more abundant, feel more aligned with what your heart really wants. So let's do some other things. Let's do some tea leaves to give me an idea of if I'm on the right track here. Can I have some more information? What else does pile one need to hear? What does their heart need to hear, please? Oh, thank you. Okay, so success. And we have older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. With the tea leaves, I don't always use what they say on them. It has to really work with the entire reading. And sometimes it does, but a lot of this is, you know, use your intuition. So I want some more. What else can you tell us about this, please? For pile one, what else does their heart need to hear today? Can you help confirm some of this? Make sure I'm reading it right. What more messages? Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Interesting. And then you have lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Okay, so if this is a person that we're talking about that's either you feel like is being deceitful or you feel like is pushing you to make a decision, this person might have some qualities that are arrogant and cocky and maybe easy to anger. If that is the fact, and if this person is causing you a lot of nervous system anxiety and crying and difficulty, and it's just feeling like not really good for you, like not soothing to your nervous system, this might be what this Eight of Cups is saying, like, hey, this might be a good time to move away from this situation. It's not really nourishing your soul or your heart. And I think you might already know that. And you're just like, it's hard to let go of things. I'm actually surprised the Four of Pentacles didn't come up, but Two of Pentacles as well is like juggling. But I'm getting this feeling of the Four of Pentacles, which is like holding on really tight to what you have because you're afraid to let it go, if you let it go, you'd have nothing. Which actually seems to be a common theme lately for a lot of people. I think it's scary to let go and think you could have something better or different. But it's not about like grass is greener in this situation. It's more about like something that's causing you harm, like no longer works for you. Like you can let that go. That your heart needs to hear that you are okay to let that go. That's not it. That's not your only option. It's not going to be last for you. So if this is in a career or job or goal or school, this would be like, okay, maybe your major isn't working out for you. It's okay to like look into switching majors next semester. Maybe what you thought it was going to be is not what you really got, and you feel like that it was kind of a lie, or it was deceitful, and you're just trying to like get through your years and make this happen, and you don't want to start over at a new major because that feels like, oh my gosh, I've already gotten this far. I just kind of want to move, this quick moving, like maybe you're pushing yourself to make choices quicker, even though you feel like your heart knows that it's really unhappy. Maybe it's making you feel really angry, you're feeling irritable. Maybe one of your teachers is older and just frustrating to you, or something's just not, the communication isn't working. You don't feel like it is successful. And maybe you had a lot of, ego wrapped up into this. Like, I was going to be an engineer and it's not working, but I planned this and I don't want to let it go. I don't want to walk away from that. But the guidance is saying, like, if you let that go, that what is not nourishing you, then something better can take its place. So I tried to give you a couple different examples from both romantic relationship, friendship, like partnerships, to if it's like a job, a career, a goal, being in school. So hopefully one of those resonates with you. I'm going to get some more guidance from these story cards. So can we have some more confirmation, validation for pile 1? Anything that will really resonate with them to help them. That one. This one really wants to come out, and so does this one. Any more messages? Okay, let's see what we have here. So we have gratitude, and we have the numbers 19, 20, 21. There's 2 little birds. There's check marks and stars and an A and an X up here. I think that's the number 77, so maybe some of those numbers mean something to you. Gratitude. We also have love. It says love on this house. I think it's a house. It's kind of like a hotel, maybe an old-fashioned hotel with a big heart. And this looks like, I don't know, it's reminding me of like sugar cookies in like a butterfly wings kind of shape. So take that or leave that. You have thinker, think. And this card, it always makes me feel like, and there's like this drip coming off, like this overthinking that's stressing you out so much that you can't really even feel what your heart needs because you're thinking so much about it that it's blocking you. And then you have unity. Wonderful, unity. Gratitude, love, thinker, unity. Okay, so if this is a relationship and you can't decide whether you should stay or go, you feel like there's been deceit. It sounds like, for me, what I'm hearing is that your heart knows that this isn't feeling good for you, but that you're thinking about it so much, so you're weighing everything up on a more cerebral level, which can be really challenging if you need to be like focusing on your heart and your nervous system and what your soul is saying. A way that can be really helpful is to think about what you feel grateful for in your relationship. And if like truly gratitude for that makes your life feel easier, makes things feel like you're safer, makes you feel like you can be at peace, that you can rest, that someone has your back, that you have someone you can rely on, those types of things. Try to identify things in your relationships that you feel like you can be grateful for. And if you're not really able to find a lot of that stuff, that really gives you a good inkling too of how your nervous system is feeling in this scenario. And same with like if this is a major or a job or a goal you have, if when you go to think about what you're grateful for, there's a lot more things like, well, I'm grateful when I get to go home that day, and I'm grateful for the vacations that I get. That would give me an idea that like, okay, the actual thing that I'm doing, the actual relationship I'm in, the actual energy I'm putting forth day to day, that doesn't feel great. It's when it's not taking my energy that it feels great. Having love and unity, again, makes me think that this is in relation to feeling like maybe you need to break up with someone or walk away from someone, and you're really struggling with it and not knowing if it's the right decision. Maybe you feel like you're being too critical. Again, I would say like focus on your nervous system, and if your nervous system doesn't feel really great around this person often, that's a really good indication. Let's get some more. If we get some more guidance for pile 1, please. What else do you have for pile 1 that will really help them in whatever this is? That's what their heart really needs to hear today. What does their heart need to hear? Okay, what is this? We've got feed your artist. Feed your artist. Interesting. Yeah, like it's inviting you to be creative and work on something that will kind of, you know, when we start doing art stuff, it can often like make you feel a lot more passionate about things. But I'm going to read it to you. The self-care message on this is self-judgment, harsh expectations, over-scheduling tasks, not valuing your talent and your craft, a need for downtime, a hunger for soul food, a need to reconnect to your creative joy. So yeah, I'm getting from this that whatever the situation is, what's on your heart has been feeling like it's taking you away from the things that really bring you joy, and putting more like energy towards those things that bring you joy is always going to bring you closer to to alignment with your heart. I'm going to pick 2 more cards. I'm hoping this is resonating with you all. And for those that it doesn't resonate with, again, this just might not be your day, your pile, and that's okay. I am safe in the universe, and all life loves and supports me. I breathe in the fullness and richness of life. I observe with joy as life abundantly supports me and supplies me with more good than I can imagine. I am safe in the universe, and all life loves and supports me. So it sounds like your heart really needs to feel like whatever choice you make, that you are doing the right thing, that you are making, that you are being supported and loved in your decision making. And that's very clear. So I feel like your spirit team is like, yeah, absolutely. We're loving you. I'm going to do a little affirmation, motivational card. Let's do this one. You're simply the best. Oh, there's 2. Both of you are simply the best. You're simply the best. So maybe that's something that you need to hear, that you are the best, that you are a catch, that you are a good partner. Oh my goodness, every time my bell rings. One moment. All right. Sorry about that. That might become like the ongoing theme when you work remotely. People always ring the bell at all hours of the day, and I don't post my work schedule. I often work evenings, so during the day people will ring my bell because they see a car. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so I got this awesome deck of crystal, like cards with crystal information. So let's get some information on things you can maybe focus on to help you with this situation that you're feeling, where your heart is feeling like it needs support, and to know that it's okay to make the choice that it wants to make. And you know what? We all make choices that are wrong, or we make choices that in retrospect we think, oh, I should have done something else, but that's literally how you learn. Oh, how funny, you got selenite. I love selenite. This is selenite. Selenite, the crystal for connecting to the higher realms. So I'm just going to read this to you. All right, the vibration is extremely fine. Selenite anchors the light body into the earth vibration and downloads divine light into the physical body. It creates a safe, peaceful space that does not allow outside influences to penetrate. This stone detaches entities from the aura and prevents anything external from influencing the mind. It reaches into our lives or the future and checks progress made with the current life plan, pinpointing lessons and issues being worked upon. So basically, meditating with this crystal brings conscious understanding of what has been occurring at a subconscious level. So It also helps with the spinal column, joints, breasts, nervous system. Interesting, because I kept talking about the nervous system. Puberty, menopause, mind, brings clarity, clears confusion, facilitates seeing the bigger picture. All right, yeah, so that's very, like, thank you, spirit team. That completely confirms, again, your nervous system is really feeling not great. So selenite is a cool, no, I don't have my other selenite, is over there. Selenite is a cool crystal if you want something kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go buy this selenite crystal and that'll, sorry, there's sticky price tag still there. And that's something you can, like, I dropped this, so it has this sad little break, but it's still really beautiful. So maybe it's about having selenite and just like focusing on that, because it helps you get clarity on the big picture, but also helps with the nervous system. So I would say, again, yes, there's something with your nervous system just being really like out of line with your heart from whatever the situation is. Feed your creativity, look at things that make you feel grateful, and if you don't have if you can't find easy gratitude for it, and that's something you actually do practice, that might be a way of identifying, like, this is not serving me. And then, so creativity, gratitude, maybe focus on the selenite, and really just know that you are the best and that you are safe and you are supported. So whatever decision you need to make, you are going to be okay. And in fact, if you choose to walk away or move on or change direction, what you're going to move into is going to be more nourishing and more aligned with your heart. All right, that's what I have. I hope that that was really helpful. I hope that resonated with you. And if you come back again and listen to another reading, yay. You can keep listening to the other readings in this pick a card. But otherwise, I hope to see, or I hope to feel your energy next time. I guess that's a better way to say it. Thank you for letting me do this for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Those of you who picked the Meraki Tarot, which I'm probably saying wrong. It's such a cool tarot deck, but you picked this 3 of Swords card from this deck. So let's go ahead and shuffle these. And pile 2, our question for today is, what does your heart need to hear today? What does pile 2's heart need to hear today? These are really beautiful and very thick. And they're new to me, so they're still pretty stiff. This is my first time using this deck. I'm excited, but it's a little bit more clunky as far as shuffling, so we'll probably do this for a little while because I just want, that one moved. I'm going to take that one. What does pile 2 need? What does pile 2 heart need to hear today? Thank you. All right, so hopefully you already gave your spirit team consent to talk to mine, and we'll get some good, clear messages for you. All right, pile 2, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So pretty. I love these. This deck, this art is so beautiful. Anyway, you have a bunny. You have like a wreath crown, bunch of birds in the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds. Beautiful flowers. Little like crystal there. Very cool, Queen of Pentacles. All right. You also have the Moon. This is very cool. You have a black and white wolf howling at the moon, and then up here it's like black and gray. Down here is color. So that's beautiful. Oh, I love this deck. Oh, you have Meraki. Okay, so this is interesting because this deck I bought off of somebody who had never used it, but it's missing the guidance booklet, which is fine because I have been studying long enough that I know the tarot cards. But like I've said before, each deck has different in their guidebooks and booklets and instructions, all whatever you call it, they all have different meanings for it. So there's like basic meaning for each card, right? But then every other deck might have special cards. So this is an additional card And I don't know what it means because it's not in, it didn't come with it, but I'm just gonna look and see if, yeah, it did not come with it, so I do not have it. And I did mean to take that out before we did this because I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna leave it here. And I believe it's a Greek word, and I'm gonna look it up again in a second because I feel like it means like the essence of yourself and your passion in your work. Oh, to do something with soul, creativity, and love, to leave the essence of yourself and your passion for work, which is what the box says. So I think it's like leaving something of yourself, but we're gonna just put it there because I don't want to dismiss it. It's a beautiful card, but I don't know what it means. So I'm gonna put it here. We'll talk about it, but I'm gonna continue. There's a couple additional cards in here too that I don't know what they mean because they're not like the regular tarot. So that'll be interesting if we get those, because I meant to take those out and I just forgot all of that. So you have Ace of Cups. These are so beautiful. Dove, fish, hand. Looks like kind of like angel wings to me back here. But it's like water coming out of the cup. And then you have Six of Wands, which is a wonderful card of victory. And then you have Eight of Cups, which came up in pile 1. And Ace of Pentacles. Wonderful. Okay, so what does your heart need to hear today? All right, Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me. So this Queen of Pentacles energy is like a very mothering, nurturing, dependable person, supportive friend. This does not have to be female. This could be non-binary. This can be a trans people. All are welcome. Whatever you identify with and as, and however you live your life is absolutely great and welcome here. Not tolerated, but welcomed. I hate that. Well, it's tolerated. Let's have more tolerance. You don't need tolerance. You just need acceptance and love and support. So anyway, whether you identify as a he or a she or a they or a them or a they, whatever, great. You use the words that work for you. But this is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, a very dependable, reliable, honest, nurturing, warm-hearted kind of vibe. Right? It's the queen. So they have, if you're embodying queen energy, then you have like nurturing and dependability and you're a good friend. Sometimes you can be a little controlling because you care so much. And then the moon is about like shadow work and seeing, like looking at the parts of yourself that maybe you want to like fix and maybe you're not super stoked on, that you'd like to kind of like work with. Sometimes it's about like looking at the shadow side, recognizing that you can't just live like positivity all the time. That's kind of toxic positivity where you're like, no, I must remain happy and positive and just see the good things, because it's not balanced. I'm all about the balance. I'm a Libra. But you have to balance both the light and the dark, the negative, positive, the light, the shadow, however you want to talk about that. So that's what the cards mean. I'm going to use my Muse deck. Oh, well, that was there. So let's do this. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is like the most attractive card in the deck. So if you're embodying the Queen of it's Queen of Inspirations in the Muse deck is Queen of Wands. If you're embodying this, it's like you're so attractive, whether this is like physically attractive or just your personality or your energy is so attractive to people. This is like the card everybody wants to hang out with this person. They're humorous and delightful and playful and passionate, and they will face challenges head on. Powerful, they're matured through experience, so they've actually experienced things, and that's what's given them their maturity and wisdom. So that's a really beautiful card. So we have Queen of Pentacles, we have Queen of Wands, we have the Moon. So I'm going to come back to that because I'm not quite sure, so I want to see how else this is going to come together. Sorry, my hair keeps coming out. So then you have Ace of Cups and Six of Wands. So Ace of Cups is like the very beginning of something, like the very beginning. And so it's cups, so it's the beginning of emotional healing, emotional evolving emotionally. It could be a new relationship of love. Whatever it is, it's going to be victorious. Six of Wands, it's going to be successful. Whatever this beginning is, this new beginning is going to be really positive. Yeah, so sometimes like the cups are about learning to let go of what you no longer need, but also like recognizing that you could have something better. But this is like if it's like a game, you're at the very starting point and you're so excited and it's gonna be victorious, but whatever you're being offered, whatever this love, emotional intelligence, evolving emotionally, that's kind of what that's saying. So again, I'm not quite, oh, let's do that. Keeps picking it up and leaving a card. 9 of Wands, resilience. Like you have been through it and you have come out the other side and you busted butt and you didn't let all the things take you down. Okay. Excuse me. And do these last one, 8 of Cups. Oh, that's interesting because you have Ace of Cups and 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is often about knowing you deserve more than, or desiring more than you have, knowing that you're grateful for what you have and it's great, but you know what? I know that I can do better. I know that I can achieve more. I know that I can meet that goal. I know that I can get to that next step. So you kind of walk away or move away from what you have to explore new and different and challenge yourself and know that they're, you know, just like if you've lived in one small town your whole life and you're really scared to go because you have a wonderful partner and your family's all there and you have great friends and you have a good job and you love it, but you've never gone anywhere else. You kind of are like, I'm gonna go on this trip to Italy, or I'm gonna go check out California, or I'm gonna go backpacking South America. I'm gonna do that. It doesn't mean I don't love what I have at home, and it doesn't mean I won't come back necessarily, but there's so much more around the corner I want to explore. And then Ace of Pentacles, again, aces are the beginning, the very, like the first steps. Oftentimes it's like a breakthrough. So Pentacles often refer to material things, anything money can buy, but also like learning new skills, working hard, building career, developing yourself. It's like being a student almost. The Pentacles are often the beginning of the tarot suits. So it's like a new energy, a new idea. So yeah, okay, this is starting to come together. I'm feeling this card, 9 of Swords. Okay, interesting. So you've got 9 of Wands, 9 of Voices. This is about resilience and going through it and coming out the other side. 9 of Voices is often about having a lot of anxiety, insomnia, struggling to sleep, a lot of like just really going over your dilemma in your mind over and over, not being able to kind of like process. So let me just take a moment. You've definitely, your heart needs to hear that you have been doing the work. You have been doing the work. You have been looking at the dark. You have checked your shadow side. And again, this is work that goes on your whole life. But you've had the sleepless nights. You've had the anxiety. You've been tested. You've worked really hard to see yourself as a loving and attractive and confident and beautiful person. And it wasn't easy. And you came out the other side. You did the work and you came out the other side. Whether this be you did therapy, whether this be you did like some kind of crazy like 2-week trek in the mountains to kind of like be just on your own and figure out if you could handle it. Or it could mean like something even simple as going grocery shopping instead of doing Instacart because it was stressing you out to have to go to the grocery store, but you've just been practicing and working on yourself to try to better yourself. And now you're being like, you're coming into a time of victory, of being like, wow, I really did kind of take a big step on that mountain and get to a new level of like heart space, whatever you want to call that. I'm hearing heart space, like your heart is in a different place. And that's a good feeling because you've been through it. It was a lot. And it's taken a lot for you to feel like you're an attractive, confident, loving, nurturing person. Like that's hard for you to feel like maybe you deserve the good things that are coming your way. Yeah. Maybe you are still really struggling with sleep issues. But you're also realizing like some of that anxiety is because you trying to make things work that shouldn't work. And again, this 8 of Cups keeps coming up, but it's really about like walking away from something that no longer serves you, or recognizing again that you want to see what else is out there. You owe it to yourself to see what more there is if you have just a small perspective. Sorry, I dropped all my cards. If you have a small perspective of the world because you've only been in one place, then it's hard to even imagine what's out there. And again, with the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely a new beginning happening for you because you've done the work and you're showing up as more of a fully realized person who knows their worth and their attractiveness, or that's what you want to embody. Because again, like that's like a lifelong thing, right? And again, I think the Meraki means like to leave your spirit, to show your spirit and your essence. So I'm going to look that up in a second. But let's get some clarifier messages. So let's do the tea leaves first. So can we have some confirmation messages for pile 2 about what their heart needs to hear right now? What does their heart need to hear today? What does their heart need to hear today? Can I please get some? Okay, thank you. So bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. And again, when it's she or he, I really want whoever you are, however you identify, please interpret it in that way. I do try to think about all of the they, them. It's, I have the privilege of just growing up, learning she, he, and being a she, and feeling like that does identify me. And so I am working to say the other things too, because I do want this to be inclusive and welcoming to everyone and for you to be able to see yourself in this. So this could be just someone who has dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes, or like tanned, someone very tan, and bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Oh, excuse me. I have better fingers today. So I'm definitely getting a sense of like, if you make these new changes that are being presented, you're having this new chance to do new opportunities, it will be very successful. Maybe you'll be going on a backpacking trip with someone who has dark hair. Maybe someone with dark hair is going to offer you a new opportunity, a new job, a new, I don't know, just something new is coming for you because of this work that you've done, and because you're kind of stepping out into the world as a more like self-loving person, more realized person, feeling more confident and attractive, that more opportunities are coming for you, which is really exciting, right? Okay, I got 2 more, so we'll just take these. Ear, good news, yes. And needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. How wonderful, pile 2. You've really done the work. You've really been doing the work. You're really trying to like show up authentically as you in the world and be a good person and be a kind person. And you're going to be successful. You're going to get good news again. Something's coming your way, as an offering is coming to your heart. So your heart needs to hear, you have done the work. Excellent job. Please be proud of yourself. Please celebrate what you've accomplished. Even if it's something small to someone else, it's a huge accomplishment to you. It is no joke working on our issues and working through some of the things that have hurt us and caused us to develop in a way that we would prefer not to, or communicate in a way we would prefer not to. It takes so much emotional energy and mental energy to work through that stuff. And you're doing it. A wish is coming, going to be granted. Good news is coming. You're getting offered this. less sleepless nights, less feeling like you're having to fight every moment to like make it through things. So let's get some more. Can we have some more messages for pile 2 on what their heart needs to hear? And okay, thank you. So let's do these 2. We have trust. That's a really beautiful card. 2 people holding hands in the woods under the stars. It says trust down here. Yeah, like you need to just trust yourself, the fox. Interesting. Okay, so trust. Trust yourself to make good choices. Trust that you can believe in your abilities, that you can get out there and make these choices and be outside of your comfort zone. Also, I feel like it's saying like you can trust that these opportunities that are coming to you that are going to be positive for you. The fox often can mean cunning. So I don't like to say like be careful or watch out, but utilize your intelligence and your strategic sensitivity. So be cunning. So if someone offers you something and it feels like it's too good to be true, do your due diligence and research it. But it feels like you can trust whatever's coming to you. Make sure you just continue to be intelligent about things, but don't be too, don't let negative past events keep you from accepting or being receptive to opportunities because you don't trust people. You think, no, they're just gonna be negative or they mean me harm. So do your research, but you can trust this is what it's saying. So let's do a couple more things to kind of give you some nice positive reinforcement and affirmation. So pile 2, affirmations. Cozy up with risk. Yeah, again, it's just really confirming to me that like, go ahead and take that leap of faith and trust yourself. You've been doing the work. So these opportunities that are coming to you or have been offered to you, cozy up with risk. Check it out. Try going to another town. Try moving to a new place. Try whatever it is. Maybe it's as simple as like signing up for boxing classes. That feels really scary and nobody's going to do it with you and you'd have to do it by yourself. But then you'll feel so tough and strong and capable and it'll feel so good. So take that risk. Be okay with it. Risks are supposed to be scary, right? Like it's not going to be super easy to do something that's outside of our comfort zone. What other messages or affirmations do you have for pile 2, please? Thank you. All is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. That's so beautiful. So your spirit guides, your team, they just want you to know that everything's going to be okay. You're safe. Take the risk. Trust the process, trust the opportunity. Believe you're going to have this good news. Believe your wish will be granted. Keep moving forward. Even though you have really good things, that doesn't mean you just stop because you've reached some goals. You can keep going. You can see what else is out there. And then I want to do one other. I got this new deck, crystal cards to kind of maybe if you want, you can go out and get a crystal to kind of help focus on whatever. I've gotten into it lately because I'm willing to try all the things. Okay, we're going to do Moonstone. Oh, the crystal for new beginnings. How perfect. All right. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Moonstone is helpful for shock, insomnia, nightmares, sleepwalking. This crystal also calms hyperactive children. Again, I was picking up some of you are having a lot of trouble with sleep and and maybe that's starting to come to an end. You could buy a moonstone, put it by your bed for sleep purposes. It stabilizes emotions, reduces instability, prevents overreaction, soothes stress, strengthens intuition, enhances psychic abilities. Very cool. This luminous stone is traditionally associated with the moon, fertility, and feminine energy, the waxing and waning of the moon mirroring the ebb and flow of the menstrual cycle. So also, if any of you have really painful periods or endometriosis, this could be a good card for you. Maybe you're coming out of having a lot of health stuff and you haven't felt like you can take some of these risks and you really want to. And I think this is just kind of telling you to give you the go ahead to go for it. All right, I'm going to do some of these motivational affirmation cards. And that is that. What do we have for pile 2? All right. Ugh. You have do your thing and believe in yourself. How perfect. I love it. That's perfect. Yeah, so go ahead and trust yourself. Believe in yourself. You've done the work. The Queen of Wands, again, she's confident because she's learned through her experiences. It's not like you have like pretend confidence or it's all ego. It's like, no, you've actually been doing the work, so you have a right to feel confident about this. So do your thing. Cozy up with the risk. You're safe. You're going to be okay. New beginnings. Believe in yourself. How exciting. Good job, pile 2. I'm super happy for you. I wasn't going to leave comments on, but I'm going to leave comments on. And if something does get offered to you or some new thing is happening, I would really actually love to hear if this is resonating with you. Maybe like drop a comment just being like, yesterday I got this phone call, or today I'm whatever, this is so crazy, I'm choosing to go to school out of state, or I'm gonna go on this study abroad, or I'm changing my major, or I am whatever it is. I'd love to hear. Anyway, thank you so much, pile 2. That was really fun. I hope that you'll come back to this channel in the future if this was helpful. Again, if it doesn't resonate, just leave it here. You do not need to take anything on that doesn't work for you. I hope you have a really awesome day. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Let's get your card in your deck here. So you chose the 3 of Swords from the Tarot Mucha deck. Mucha, Alphonse Mucha, is was, as he has passed, a amazing painter, artist. He's actually one of my very favorites. I'll take those out. Did a lot of like the kind of like Art Deco, Art Nouveau, I think is what, I should probably do some more research before I say that, but I'm blanking. But yes, you'll probably recognize some of the artwork is, you know, they tried to do it in the style of Mucha. So anyway, pile 3, what does pile 3's heart need to hear right now? What messages does their heart need to hear right now? Pile 3. And I shuffle a bunch before I even start, and then I shuffle while we're on here so you can kind of see. Okay, pile 3. Hopefully you gave your spirit team consent to talk to my spirit team. I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna take you, do this. All right. So you have the Knight of Cups. What a cool card. It's like bells on this, horses, like jewelry. Okay, so Knight of Cups. And, oh wait, is that? Yes, this is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Looking off into the distance. Trying to decide, like, what chapter do I want to start on next? 8 of Swords. 6 of Swords. The High Priestess. Wait. Yes. Sorry, I have not used this deck very much, so I'm still, that's definitely the High Priestess. Okay. And then the Hanged Man. All right. So I'm going to be using this Muse Tarot for confirmation just to help me. And then we're going to do some Oracle cards as well. So let's get into this. So we have Knight of Cups and Page of Swords. Knight of Cups and Page of Swords. So Knight of Cups is going to be like offering love, someone who's moving and traveling in life, trying to work on their emotional maturity, evolving emotionally with spiritual lessons, love, letting go, that kind of stuff. But they're definitely offering something. They're offering love. This knight is coming in. They're moving in. So this is like kind of not super quick. It's not like the Knight of Swords, which is like so speedy, but this is like very like consistent movement forward with an offering of love, something emotional. And then the Page of Swords, again, is this kind of student. They're not a newbie, like they're a novice. They're like an apprentice. They've started the journey. They're not an Ace of Swords. They're not the very beginning. They are the student of. They're learning. Swords are all about truth, logic, mentality, thoughts, reflecting on yourself and on your own truth, so you can get closer to like enlightenment, self-enlightenment. So it's like interesting. So quick moving offering of love, and then kind of pondering a next step when it comes to like truth, thought, intellect, reflection, reflecting on the past to move forward into the future. Okay, I think I'm picking it up. Let me get some more info. Can I have some confirmation for this first line of cards for pile 3, please? What message does their heart need to hear? Can you help me confirm this, what I'm thinking? Okay, thank you. 2 of Wands, 2 of Inspiration, which is 2 of Wands. Okay, just at this first glance, we haven't gotten through everything. I'm really picking up on this idea of like reflecting on maybe past relationships, past love, to inform your present, and looking forward into the future, and kind of trying to decide like what you like. Maybe you have been single for a long time, and you're thinking, maybe I want to start dating again. Some of you might have lost a partner, or divorced, separated from a partner, and you're wondering if that's something you even want to get back involved in. But definitely something where there's just some real deep thinking and reflecting on past, and being in love kind of coming in and being offered, and trying to decide if that's really the way you want to go. All right, that's what I'm getting. Let's see, what else? 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Inspiration. Interesting too. 10 of Wands is usually like you're done carrying a heavy burden and you're like ready to put it down. Then you have the 8 of Swords, which is about being stuck, feeling like you're stuck and you cannot see your way out of it. Even though she has all these swords around her, she could probably easily like cut these binds using one of the sharp swords. I mean, in theory, like she probably cut her skin a little, but hey, if you're in that situation and you need to get out, or try to move, use her shoulder to get her blindfold off. But it's this like feeling of like almost energetic stuckness, and being just so done carrying burdens. But then you have the 6 of Swords, which is a wonderful card of transition and movement from one side to the other side, which with the 2 of Inspiration, which is like not a decision between 2 things, seeing this whole empty canvas and being like, what do I want to go forward with? Like, what is, maybe you've done the work on love and relationships. Maybe you've done a lot of reflecting on the past and you're like, what do I want to do with this newfound wisdom? I'm tired of carrying burdens. I'm not into doing the same thing again, or carry anybody else's baggage that's not mine to manage. But I do feel stuck and kind of blindsided, like not blindsided, excuse me, blinded, like I don't know or see necessarily like what move to make next. But there's definitely some type of move that you're thinking, and this doesn't have to be a physical move. It's not like moving to another state, but it could be. There's some type of like energetic movement from one side to the other, trying to figure out. All right, so then down here, I'm gonna use this one. 7 of Pentacles, which is about like planting seeds, and then you have to just be patient and watch them grow and trust that you did all of the watering and soil, whatever, compost, whatever. I'm not a gardening person, but all the things you need to nurture something that will grow. So that's like you've done that work, and now you kind of have to like sit back and be patient and wait for it to sprout, or to like come forth. And then with the High Priestess, it is giving me the vibe of like, maybe you're not really supposed to know, like you're still trying to see the way forward and you're trying to figure it out and you don't really know still. With the High Priestess, it's all about like this veil, like seeing beyond the veil, using intuition to see instead of your eyesight to see. So this could be like, stop trying to see it logically and see it more from your heart or your intuition. So try to figure out what you want to do next with how you feel as opposed to how you think. The Hangman is having a new perspective, right? So like maybe you need to look at this situation in from a different perspective than you've been looking at it. Yeah, that's right. Because here you are, this girl's like got a telescope, or is that a telescope? I think so. Looking ahead, trying to decide, okay, what do I do next? What step do I do next? So maybe that's so exciting. Maybe what your heart needs to hear is like, hey, the sky is, that's not really, I was going to say the sky is your oyster. The world is your oyster. The sky is your limit. You can make whatever choice next you want to do. You can do love. You can do more self-development. There's definitely this idea of like putting down whatever was burdening you or making you feel like you couldn't think clearly or make a choice. Maybe you did make a choice and then you just need to be patient. You don't actually know what's going to happen. So let's get some more confirmation. Let's get confirmation. Can I please, we're going to do tea leaves. Can I please have some confirmation? All right. You've got Cup. You should accept valid criticism. And again, I don't always use the words on here. I use what makes sense with the whole reading intuitively. Oh, I'm just dropping cards all over the place today. Oh my goodness. So I threw my back out. So it is not easy to bend over. And I'm not super old, but once you throw your back out once in your 20s, if you sneeze wrong later, it's a thing. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Oh, I got rid of the old woman. Well, I guess she was not meant to be in there. Oh, okay, you've got Heart. Love, deep affection and caring. And Cup, you should accept valid criticism. Cup. I also kind of feel like this is like the Cups, like Knight of Cups, like again, offering you some type of truth. Maybe offering you love, offering you something that will like bring joy to your heart. This is a reading, the question being, what does your heart need to hear today? The truth. Cup of tea, the truth. Tell yourself the truth. I don't know, that might resonate with some of you. Let me see if there's any more. Can I get some more confirmation, please? Okay, well, that's that. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. Interesting. I'm more like feeling like scissors are cutting like a tie because it's coming on top of this 10 of Wands, which again is like putting your burdens down and being like, I don't need to manage that anymore. I'm done with this. Like this has been a load that I've been carrying for too long and I don't need to carry it anymore. Cutting the ties on that. Being like, no, I'm done. Cutting my blindfolds off, getting myself out of here, making a move, making this transition. I'm doing it. And this, again, can be an energetic move. It doesn't have to be a physical move, but it could be a moving. I think pile 2 had a lot of movement in their reading about maybe leaving town. So you might go back and listen to that. There might be some little gems in each of the readings that will help clarify for you. But yeah, again, I'm almost seeing like this path you took that now you're just having to kind of look at it from a different perspective and kind of see with your heart instead of your eyes. Let's get some more confirmation. Can we have some more confirmation, please, for pile 3? Thank you. What other messages do you have for pile 3 that will help for their heart? What does their heart need to know? Okay, let's see what we got. We have Surfer. So to me, this card is like time to chill. Like you need to be able to roll with the waves. Also can mean like you actually need a vacation or a break. But again, it's like being able to roll with punches, being able to take on whatever's coming your way. I actually feel like it belongs down here because you've planted the seeds and now you just have to kind of see what's going to come from that. And it's almost like you're not necessarily supposed to know or see the outcome yet. But whatever it is might be like shift your perspective on things. You have meditation. Oh, I like swear meditation is like when I was a kid and anytime you would be like, I'm bored, and then a parent or someone would be like, you can clean the house or you can read a book, and you're like, never mind. That's how I feel when people tell me to meditate, which I do meditate in my own way, and you should find a way to meditate for you. Maybe meditation doesn't give you the same vibes of like frustration, but meditating and surfer is giving me this vibe of like peace and bringing peace in and maybe allowing yourself to just not know. You just don't know, and that's okay. Divine timing. You've got serenity. Yeah, peace again. Peace. And then you've got dreamer. Is that what that says? Dreamer. It's a guy lighting up a cigarette and birds are coming out of the, oh, it's a firebird is coming out of the, let's see, Nathan's, Frankfurters, famous, orange, fry, root, crow. That's the words I'm seeing. All right. Yeah. Maybe your heart needs to hear that it's okay for you to kind of dream right now. That you don't have to know the outcome and that you're not really supposed to see the next direction, but feel your way towards this. And some type of like peaceful daydreaming, meditation, surfing, like maybe go to the beach and like look out at the waves and just like be open to whatever comes to you kind of a vibe is what I'm getting. Definitely like something with peace and serenity for your heart. Maybe you just really want to be peaceful in your heart and you've been doing work and you just want to sit back for a little bit and take a moment and just see what's going to happen from all the work, all the planting that you've done. What other messages do we have? Thank you. Light in the unexpected. So yeah, again, with this High Priestess and the Hanged Man, this not necessarily seeing this perspective, being like a different perspective, seeing things upside down. I'm going to read what that card is though, because that might be helpful to you all. I just got scared that I forgot to push record, but I didn't. That would have been so disappointing. So maybe maybe you've been feeling disappointed. All right. The unexpected, upheaval, disarray, working with a sudden change, lessons from unexpected sources, spreading love in difficult times, showing your true self, being a light worker in a place where it is needed most. So the self-care message, lack of preparedness, loss of control, situations or beliefs that shake your foundation to the core. Hiding your true nature or feelings because of what is socially acceptable, delaying the inevitable or denying necessary change, not working your light when it is needed. Okay, so for some of you, in pile 2, I was like really going off on this whole like, however you identify, please change the language to respect your pronouns. If you're a Z or a they or a she or a he or a them or a whatever it is, all are welcome. For some of you, yeah, I'm getting a vibe that for some of you, like you didn't necessarily know how to show up and present in the world. And that's been a lot of work that you've kind of come to like gotten to a place where you still aren't necessarily sure maybe, and that's okay. Like it's okay to not know and to recognize that through the unknowing that some lessons, some light and some gifts can come from that. So I'm definitely picking up on that. So if you have been struggling with how to identify, how to show up in the world, you're loved, and your spirit team really wants you to take some time to do some daydreaming, almost like just dream. What would the world look like if it could be perfectly safe for you? Like, what would that look like? And look for unexpected gifts in look for light in unexpected things that are happening. So like, what's a good example? Like, suddenly my engine light goes off on my car and I have to go spend like $500 to get it fixed. And I'm so frustrated, but then I got a check for some money back from my medical insurance because they overcharged me, and I'm able to pay for it. So it's unexpected, but now I can see, I'm so grateful that this money came in to be able to help it. So again, suggestion only, leave what doesn't work for you, take what does. Can we have some affirmations? Okay, I see this one. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. Yeah, I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. Again, if you've been struggling with how to show up in the world authentically and with identity and not really knowing how to move forward or what the next step should be, that's okay. You're loved and you are protected. Yeah. Dream. Again, just give yourself the opportunity to do some dreaming. All right. I also wanted to pick one. I just got these are crystal cards. So you can even like buy one of these crystals and like keep it in a pocket or sleep near it to help with, rest, whatever it is. So this just as an offer of maybe something you can do to focus on. Okay, well that just fell out into my hand. Multi-dimensional healing. Banded agate is a useful environmental healer. When gridded around a house, it prevents out-of-body visitations from another soul. How interesting. It's a tie releaser for the third eye. It quickly cuts mental cords to a guru, partner, or parent who capitalizes on a previous connection to retain manipulative control in the present, replenishing energy lost in such situations. So, okay, didn't we have scissors down here? So yeah, if there's someone that you feel like is manipulating you, or it's not a good relationship, cutting ties is absolutely like, this is a good, get some banded agate to give you strength in that. It helps the body with digestive organs, blood vessels, eyes, uterus, skin, lymphatic system, and pancreas, and promotes self-exploration, boosts creativity, and lifts depression. So this could be a great crystal for you to buy. They're typically like $6 if you have like a crystal store. You can get them online or Etsy, but that could be really positive for you. So what your heart needs to hear, I think, most importantly, is it's okay if you don't know what to do next. Sit in the peace of that. Try to bring serenity to yourself. Meditate. Just see what's the positive and the unexpected. Cut ties with something that might be causing you to feel really manipulated. And you're not alone. And you're loved. You're loved and you're surrounded with protection by your spirit team. And it's okay if you can't see what to do right now. Something's going to help shift so that you can see it from a different perspective, which might bring it all into clarity for you. So I hope that was helpful and resonated with you, and you walk away feeling a little at peace. That would be my hope for you. Thank you so much if you sat through this and it was something you enjoyed. I'm so happy to hear that. That makes me really pleased. If any of this really clearly resonates for you and it hits you, if you want to drop a comment about it, I'd love to hear that. Just, I still would, need validation and like sometimes know that, yes, I am doing the right thing. I'm saying not that I'm saying the right thing, that I'm in touch with myself in a correct way that can help other people, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Not I guess, but yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So open to feedback is what I'm saying, if it's positive and helpful or helps me grow. Anyway, Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you come back and there's another reading and you watch it, thanks for doing that too. That's really exciting. But thanks for spending time with me.